Rock'n'roll, fiskeboll, köttkakor och fårikål, fiskesuppe, kaviar, kocken spiller på gitarr, potäterna de kokar, barnen de ropar oh yeah!
Hi and welcome to Sex as Medicine. I am Devi Ward.
And I'm Marta Schneider, and Devi and I are the co-founders of Tibetan Tantra Inc., a school for holistic sex education with a mission to reunite sex and spirit.
Yay! Because they're not actually really separate. So today we are super excited to talk with you about how you guys can penetrate a woman properly. There is a phenomena that we've observed with our students and clients, our female students and clients, and this is that a large number of females that we interact with tend to have irritation or pain right at the introitus, the opening of the vagina. And Tantra teaches that this pain or irritation right at the introitus is an indication of trauma due to being penetrated before her body is entirely ready to accept and receive that penetration.
Absolutely. I'm going to add before her body and her emotional body and her mind are all ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super important for all of those to be integrated and for her to be in a total state of receptivity. So we know that you guys have no desire to harm anybody with your penises. You want your lovemaking, your penetration to be as amazing and awesome and orgasmic as it can possibly be. So we want to share with you several steps to know that you are, to ensure, we want to share with you several steps to ensure that you are penetrating a woman in a way that's entirely agreeable to her physical body.
Mm-hmm. More than agreeable, juicy, yummy, celebrated, appreciated, and lighting her up with pleasure.
Yes. So one of the first things that you want to be aware of is, as Marta said, that her heart and mind are all on board, so that the penetration is 100% hell yes. So we don't want any maybes, we don't want any have-tos, we don't want any capitulation or compromise. We want every cell in her body to be like, hell yes, I want your lingam inside of me right now. So ways to ensure that this is the case are asking. Number one, communication.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me to penetrate you? And making eye contact. Don't penetrate a woman if she's like drifting off into outer space and she's like not even present in her body. You don't want to penetrate a woman who is not present in her body. Get her on board. Make eye contact, communicate, ask her, check in, and continuously check in with her. I mean, not like every 2 seconds, but especially right before and as you're penetrating with her, get her yes, get her hell yes. And so let's how would that show up? If you were like, hell yes, penetrate me, what would that look like?
That would be me requesting, I want you inside of me.
Ooh, yes.
That's very clear, isn't it?
Yes, I want you inside of me. Yes, please. Yes, thank you, or nod, like a yeah.
Yeah. And being able to remain in eye contact is a sign that things are going well.
Yes, exactly. Again, no drifting off into space, no like fucking cardboard, right? You want both of you, this is union. I mean, this is the most intimate experience that two human beings can have.
Absolutely.
So you want both of you 100% on board.
And so it's also necessary for you guys to know how a woman's anatomy and function is unique and different from that of males. So I'm just going to let you know that for the entire erogenous system in a female body to become fully engorged, just like your penis gets engorged when you get an erection, this process takes anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes in a female body. So knowing that, don't ask right off the bat. Like, there has to be foreplay, there has to be a pleasuring of outside of her body before there's any question about penetration. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, if the woman is asking for a quickie and wants to have penetration right away, of course, then that's something else. But we think it's extremely necessary to share this information with you guys, because the sex education that we're receiving normally does not talk a lot about women's pleasure.
And the fact that it takes women so much longer, or it takes female, and the fact that it takes female bodies so much longer to reach full arousal compared to you guys who can achieve an erection in 2 minutes sometimes. So along those lines, you know, if your female partner does just want your lingam inside of her, like now, I know I'm often like that, I'm just like, let's do it. Using lubrication, huge big deal. So use an organic, non-toxic, body-safe lubrication to ensure that there is no tearing of that delicate mucous membrane tissue when you do penetrate her. I'd say, you know, anytime, even if it's 45 minutes, I'm like, give me some lube. But especially if it's you know, a quicker penetration, you want to make sure that you're using lube. Another thing that I just want to throw in there as well that I think is important in regards to the engorgement cycle is, guys, be aware that 1 in 4 women has experienced some form of sexual abuse or sexual trauma. And so that is going to show its head during this process. So just be sensitive to that, you know, and be aware of that may arise, or fragments of that may arise during the sexual arousal process, and that will actually kind of impede her body's ability to respond as well as she would like to. So just be aware of that.
Yeah, this is extremely important because it's so common, sadly, for women and men, but especially for women. The statistics are horrid in terms of how many women have experienced trespassing of boundaries. So we started off this little segment talking about consent and how important it is to ask for permission or to check in whether you're welcome to enter or not. However, if a woman has experienced certain types of trespassing of her boundaries, she might have a disconnect when it comes to herself and her ability to communicate, maybe even feel whether she wants to be penetrated or not.
So when all of those things are in place, there is a very specific technique for putting your penis in a vagina. So I'm going to show you what that is. So you've got, you know, she's relaxed, you're connected, you got your lube, everything's juicy. It's like green light, green light, green light, go. So taking the tip of your penis, instead of just jamming it in there, you're going to put your lingam, the tip of your lingam, at her introitus and just gently apply pressure. And I've even had some partners like move around in circles. And as you do this, her yoni, when her body is ready to be penetrated, her yoni is going to open and it's going to suck you right in. And also, I've had experiences where my yoni opens a little bit and then kind of stops, and my partner will just stay there and we'll just breathe, and I'll allow my body to relax, and then it will go in a little bit more and we'll just breathe and relax. That is the most sublime and juicy penetration that I've ever received. Just that little, like, half an inch by half an inch by half an inch by half an inch, right? So really taking your time, and I'm going to invite you, like, be present in your penis. So in Tantra, we call your penis lingam, which literally means wand of light. So your penis is a tool for healing. It's not just this thing you're battering people with. It's right. It's actually a tool. It can be a tool for healing. And so when you are sensitive and aware, and you bring your full presence into your beautiful, amazing cock, you know, you can feel every little, like, increment of sensation as you're penetrating her. Like, savor that moment. Why rush that moment? It's juicy and delicious. So, so these are some guidelines for how you can ensure that you are penetrating a woman's body in a way that is going to be awesome and expansive and juicy and enriching, as opposed to damaging in any way.
This topic is quite huge, and in honor of the prevalence of traumatized people out there and you guys' desire to be not just amazing lovers but also sexual healers, we are going to revisit this topic in a later segment. We hope you enjoyed.